So here we have 10th question. Triangle ABC is a triangle with angle BAC to be 90, and DEFG is a square where G is a point on AB, F a point on AC, and E on BC. This should be D. Okay, D on BC, right? So let us suppose this be of the same side, some A. ठीक है? So what did they ask? Relationship between DE, BD and EC. So they basically asked you the relation between these two triangles and this one square. ठीक है? So first of all, this triangle and this triangle are similar. Can we say that? Okay. So let us suppose leave ECF aside. So initially we have these two triangles, triangle BDG and triangle AGF, right? So if we have these two are parallel, we know, and this is a right angle triangle, this is a right angle triangle, and this angle is equal to this angle. How are these two angles equal? We have two parallel lines and one transversal. This angle is equal to this angle, right? So having these two to be equal and one angle to be right angle triangle. So what can we say? These two are similar by A property, right? Okay, so this can be marked as point 1, and let us consider these two angles now. These two triangles now. One is perpendicular, one is perpendicular. This angle is equal to this angle. How? Parallel, and these two angles are equal, right? So these two angles are equal. So one more triangle GF and triangle EFC are again similar with AA property, right? Now we have this triangle to be similar to this triangle and this triangle to be similar to this triangle. So by these two we can say that these two triangles are similar. Therefore triangle DBG is similar to triangle ECF. Okay? So we have two triangles again similar. So what can we write? By side proportionality, DB by EC is equal to BG by CF is equal to DG by EF. Right? So from this, so what do we basically have? D, BD and EF. So where is D? Oh, where is D? Oh, this is a square. So keeping this in mind that this is a square and FE and GD are also parts of this square and all the sides are equal, so that will be an A. And what does we have? BD and EF. So BD and EF. So DB by EC is equal to DG by EF. Is equal to, so these two EC and EF. So this is equal to, so here we want everything in terms of D, so DE by EF, sorry. BD by DE is equal to DE by EF, right? So cross multiplication, D square is equal to EF into BD. That gives you the answer. So here we have 11th question. Joey wants to put a plank over his 10 steps, each of base 3 meters and height 4 meters. Find the minimum length of plank required. What is this actual minimum length? So first initially we'll ignore this and let's start what it basically asks. What is it asking? It is saying we have each step like this. Okay? This is the base and this one will be base here. So each step like that we have 10 different steps. So what do we have? Here the base is 3 meters and height is 4 meters. So what does he basically wants is he wants to put a plank over all his steps. Okay, so if we consider this case, so what will be the minimum length of the plank? So what will, for each step, this one will be 4 and this is 3. So this one, we know stairs will be at right angle triangle. So having these as 3 and 4, this one will be square root of 3 square plus 4 square, which is equal to 9 plus 16, which is equal to root 25, that is equal to 5 meters. So each step will contain a minimum of 5. So what it will be? 5 into how many steps we have? 10. So we have 50 meters to be minimum. How can we say it is minimum? So we can also write this as total of 40 meters and this as total of 30 meters, right? Then also the plank will be of square root of 30 square plus 40 square will be equal to 50 meters, right? So how can we say if it is minimum or not? So if I consider something like this and I kept a book in the middle like this, okay? So if I have this, how can we say if this book is a minimum? So if I extend this, then also this is coming a bit down here like this. If I have this like this, so we have this. If I keep a bit extended this side and having this as constant, then this level will be increasing here. So let us suppose a case where this point is fixed and two cases. Case 1, I will fix this point as 40 meters and this as 30 meters plus some x. So what will be the length of this? Equal to 30 plus x whole square plus 40 square, right? So which will be obviously greater than square root of 30 square plus 40 square, right? And this is our case 1. So let us consider one more case, case 2, in which let me fix this 30 meters and increase this height. So this is 40. Let me erase this for instance. And this will be our y. Okay. So if I join these two, what it will be? Square root of 30 square plus 40 plus y का square, which will be obviously greater than square root of 30 square plus 40 square. So in order to Joey to cover all his stairs, he should require a minimum of 50 meters of plank. Why? Because if we consider two cases, by applying simple Pythagoras theorem, we can say that 50 meters is the minimum by considering two different cases where you increase this x and this y, like having these two different and having this one like this. And while doing like that, what all can we say is if I have here x, this plank can go till here, but x can be equal to 0, but it can't be equal to minus negative. So this will be the minimum because here stairs will be there, right? So 50 meters will be the minimum. So here we have 12 questions. In triangle ABC and DEF, B is equal to E, F is equal to C and AB is equal to 3 times DE, then two triangles are. So here basically this question is basically on what is the difference between similar triangles and congruent triangles. So here if we are not given this part, okay, so what will happen? These two triangles are there. Here we are given that E is equal to B and F is equal to C. So these two triangles will be by a property, they are similar, right? But we are given AB is equal to thrice of DC, which means that AB is not equal to DE. So if these two triangles are not, each side of these are not equal, then they are not congruent, right? Because for two triangles to be congruent, it is a necessary condition that AB is equal to D and same is with the other sides. Right? But yeah, but for it to be similar, it is just for them to be similar. This is just one of the conditions where the angles being equal is the second condition. But for two triangles to be congruent, they should have their sides to be equal. But in this particular case, AB is equal to 3 times of D. So these two are just similar and not congruent. So here we have 13th question. So a 15-meter tower casts a shadow of 24 meters long at a certain time, and at the same time, a telephone pole has a shadow of 16 meters long. Find the height of telephone pole. So if we are given such sort of question, so here what do we have? So first, initially they have given a 15-meter pole like this, which has one sun. Because of that, it has a shadow of 24 meters long, right? So at the same point, we have one more pole which casts a shadow of 16 meters. So if we are given something like this, how can we even interpret what is between these two? So first, this sort of questions, what we assume is sun is at the same point, like we consider them as these two angles to be similar. How can we say that? See, we have one sun, like if we have these 2 points, a corresponding point like this will be at the same angle to any 2 points. So like that only, even as the sun, which is supposed to be at infinity, we consider that these 2 points will be at the same distance. That means the same angle because of the sun. So from this, how can we draw? So having these two, we can have it like this also. So these two will be similar triangles. Otherwise, you can draw it like this also, keeping these two as similar triangles. So having these two to be similar triangles, let me call it ABC and some DEF. What can we say? AB by BC is equal to D by EF. After going this in further chapters in trigonometry, what do? Is basically we consider this angle theta and this to be also same angle theta, which is same because of the sun, which will be doing in the further cases. So for at present we will consider this by similar triangles, right? So we have this. So we have AB as 15, BC as 24, and DE and 16. So DE is equal to, so 4 times 8 3s are 8 2s are 3 5. So D is equal to 10 meters. Fine. That's it.